Hello friends, here Dr. BC, and today in this video episode I will show you the teardown parts view and the assembly of Samsung Galaxy Note 4. This is my Samsung Galaxy Note 4. For our previous video on this phone, please click on the link flashing on the screen. Now in this video episode I will show you the teardown and the assembly process of this phone. Now to proceed with this teardown, you have to first turn off this phone. Press and hold this power button for few seconds, and on the screen tap power off and then power off. Now the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is shutting down, and once it is completely shut down, you have to take out the back cover. There is a small notch here. Use your fingernail and take out the back cover, and now take out the battery. There is a small notch here. Use your fingernail and take out the battery, and you have to take out that SIM card like that and the micro SD card. Now put all of this stuff aside. Now to proceed with the teardown, you will need some specific tool like a spudder. You can use a prying tool, or you can use a guitar pick. For that you need some couple of guitar picks, and you will also need a Phillips screwdriver that has a star screwdriver. You will also need a sharp end tweezer to handle the smallest component in this teardown process. Sometime you will need this suction cup to pry the display from the main bezel, and you will also need some sharp end knife. Now I will keep all of this stuff aside. Now to proceed with the teardown, you have to take out the 16 screws from the back. That is screw number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16 screws. Now I will fast forward this video for you. Now I had taken out all of these 16 screws from the back. Make sure that there is no screw on the back. Once it is out, you can take out the S Pen and keep it aside. Now it's time to take out the display from that back bezel. As you can see that aluminum bezel is molded to that back frame. That's why it cannot be separated from here. You can separate the display from that bezel. For that you need a very specific prying tool that has a very sharp end, and try to insert in between that bezel and the glass LCD. As you can see that the display is now lifting up. You can also use your guitar pick to separate out the bezel. Okay, this will take some time. As you can see that there is a adhesive in between that bezel and that front LCD frame. You have to lose that adhesive. You can use your hair dryer to heat up that adhesive. Then use your prying tool. You can go similarly on this side, and once there is sufficient space, then go on the bottom bezel also. As you can see that the LCD portion is now lifting up. I think I had to put some prying tool so that it cannot stitch again. Likewise I will put the prying tool on the bottom and here on this side also. Okay, the space is now bigger. Okay, I think there is some clips. No, there is no clips. Nothing on this side and this side. Why it is not lifting? Okay, as you can see that the LCD portion is now separated from that end. Now proceed at that end and go throughout the top also. Okay, as you can see that I had missed that screw. That's why the top portion is not lifting up. Let's try to take out that screw. Okay, that is a big problem. Make sure that all of the 16 screws are out from that back frame. That's why I am getting some problem. Now you can see that I had separated out the back frame from the front frame. Now let's see the back frame, and on the back frame you can see that is a very standard headphone socket, and that is a PCB portion for that jack, and here you can see that is a loudspeaker, and that is a connecting point for that loudspeaker. And in this case that loudspeaker is not replaceable because it is molded on your back frame. So if your loudspeaker is not working, then you have to replace this whole back frame. That's mean it is very costly to replace that loudspeaker. Let's see whether it is possible. No, there is no possibility to replace the loudspeaker from that back frame. And if your jack is not working, then you can lift that jack like that. Use your sharpened tweezer and first try to lift that PCB like that, and as you can see that is now separated, or that is very premium 3.5 millimeter headphone socket for this Note 4. And once you get a replacement part, then you can align it like that, put it like that, and then align the flex cable and then insert clips into that hole and then press it down. Now it is ready to use. You can see that there is nothing more on the back frame. There is a couple of antenna here. As you can see that is a pad for connecting that antenna. There is a pad again, there is a 2 pad again, and that is a LED dispenser, and that is again molded to your back frame, and that is a rear camera lens, and that is a flash lens with heart rate sensor. Now nothing more on this back cover. Let's keep this aside. Here you can see that that is the main motherboard of this Note 4, and there are 2 coaxial cable that is going through that motherboard. I think that is for 2G or 3G antenna. Now to take out the motherboard from this Note 4, I think there must be a screw. There is a screw here, and okay, there is only one screw holding the motherboard to its place. Now let's first take out that screw. That is a black one screw. Okay. Now to take out the motherboard, you have to unclip some clips from here. First you have to unclip that speaker ribbon connector from here. Use your fingernail and try to lift that connector. Okay, and okay, there is a connector here, and that flex is for the fingerprint sensor. There is a flex connector here, that is for, I think that is for SIM tray and micro SD card, and that is stitched to that motherboard. Let's see whether I can lift that motherboard or not. Now first disconnect that coaxial cables. Use your tweezer and try to lift that coaxial cable, and you have to go very slowly. As you can see that there is some flex cables going below that motherboard. Okay, I don't know how to connect that flex cable. This time I think Samsung has done lot of thing in this Note 4. Okay, I will try to separate that bottom. Okay, now it is separated. Still there is a flex cable going to, okay, that is can be unclipped from here. Okay, that's for that I have to go like that and try to lift that. Okay, still I think there is something stitched to that. Okay, that is a proximity and ambient light sensor. Okay, now it is separated. Now this is the main motherboard of Samsung Galaxy Note 4. As you can see that there are a lot of components on the back part and also on the rear part of this motherboard. Here you can see that is a 16 megapixel autofocus camera. It has optical image stabilization. As you can see that it is moving in all direction to stabilize your video. Now if your camera is not working, then you have to replace that part. For that you have to take out the camera from that, gently lift that flex cable up, and the camera is now out. As you can see that there is no part number or model number on that camera. Here you can see that something is written. Let's see that GS4914A, that is a module number, and optical image stabilized gyroscopes are below that metal cage. Now let's keep this aside. Okay, now let's see the motherboard. As you can see that on the rear part you can see a couple of components. First of all, I will try to take out that SIM card tray and that micro SD card. For that you have to lift that up. I think okay, there is a metal shield here. I think you can use your tweezer to take out that. Now you can see that I had lifted up SIM card tray. As you can see that is a micro SD card slot and the SIM card slot for this Note 4. If your micro SD card or SIM card slot are damaged, then you have to replace this whole part. Now keep this aside. and there is again a metal shield here. Let's take out that also. You can use a sharpened tweezer and try to lift that clip. Okay, that is lifted. Again, that is lifted. That is lifted. So that metal shield is now separated. Now keep this aside. And there is a couple of metal shield on the back of this phone also. Let's try to unclip that. Try to lift. Okay, now it is separated. So all of these metal shields are separated from this motherboard. That is the main motherboard for Note 4. I think that is a front view and that is a rear view of that motherboard. Now I will show you the component on this motherboard. Now first of all I will show you the rear part. As you can see that there are couple of components on this part. I will go one by one. Let's zoom in further so that you can see the part or IC number. Okay, still it is not visible. Okay, I don't know about that IC. Okay, that is M2 device and that is test point. That is SLP648. That is plus 98504. That is ADNC ES704. That is I think Ovalcom WC09338. That is 0VV. Okay, nothing more on this part. Now move towards the next. That is a heart rate sensor and that is a LED flash, and I think that shield cannot be separated out. It is fixed by some shoulder, that's why it is not separating. That is a contact pads for 3.5mm headphone socket. That is a secondary microphone for noise cancellation, and that is YO4A02IC, and I think that is the audio amplifier for this Note 4. That is antenna pads, and that is a battery connector. Now move towards that section. As you can see that this is 86200DB0. I think that is a antenna switch, that is from SIMG. And what is that? That is MP301, and that is a oscillator, and that is a Qualcomm MDM9235M. that is a power IC, and here you can see a couple of components, and that is 8111. That is oscillators, and I think that is not visible. Again, that part number, that is 58N92E. That is 16M2, and that is a test point, that is a WCD में, and that is a 2G or 3G antenna. That is contact pads. That is the rear view of that motherboard. Now let's move towards the front view. As you can see that on that front view, that is a contact pad for such component. That is a notification LED, and that is N507 SL9. I don't know about that. It is written as 4348. That is IC2610, that is R133A1, and again that is a soldered metal shield, and that is a very big resistance. That is connecting pad. I think that is for LCD, and I think that is for digitizer. That is a Qualcomm digitizer that have a IC number, that is W9012. Again there is two connector here. I think that is for digitizer connector. That is a C1N7N3. Nothing more. And that is the main Samsung RAM, that is Samsung KMR2100008M. That is Samsung RAM, and the main Snapdragon processor, that is a Qualcomm 805, is below that. Okay, and that is I think the power section. Let's see. that is a Qualcomm PMA8084, that is a power IC, and that is a Qualcomm PMD9635, again power IC, and that one is QTE. I am unable to read that part number, let's skip that. That is 77646-12, and that is I think that is A7007 K426JB, and again there is a connector that is for bottom PCBA, that is sub PVA PCB, or that is the main motherboard of this Note 4. Let's keep this aside and also zoom out so that you can see all of the component in one frame. Now let's see the front part. Now if your proximity sensor and the front camera is not working, then you have to replace this whole module. Now to replace this whole module, you have to first take out that camera from the front part. As you can see that it is stitched by a strong adhesive, as that is the total module. It contains a proximity sensor, the ambient light sensor, a IR LED, and the front 3.7 megapixel front camera. If any of this component is not working, then you have to replace this whole module, and if your new module doesn't come with that dispenser or that metal, then you have to take out that plastic from this old part like that, and also that rubber jack. And once you get the replacement part, now put that rubber jack like that, line it, and also align that plastic part. The sensor will go like that, and once you are happy with that alignment, that module is ready to use. And if your receiver speaker is not working, then you have to take out that receiver speaker from the front bezel. Now to take out that receiver speaker, use your sharp end tweezer and try to lift that receiver speaker from this end. As you can see that it is very easy. That is the main receiver speaker for this Note 4. And once you get a replacement part, then just align it like that and put it down. Now it is ready to use. In some condition, if your vibrator motor is broken or it is not working, then you have to replace this module. Now as you can see that it is replaceable, and for that you have to first take out the whole module, it having that power button, and I think that is not for this, or that you have to take out whole of this module. First try to lift that flex. As you can see that there is a connector, try to lift it with the help of knife. Okay, once you get enough separation, then use your tweezer and try to lift that flex. Okay, and there is a very small notch here to take out that vibrator motor. Use your tweezer and try to lift the vibrator motor from that notch, and once it is out, then slowly go towards the power button end. As you can see that it is stitched by a very strong adhesive from this side, then you have to go very carefully from this side. First try to separate that power button and then try to lift it off. That is the main power on off button, and that is the main vibrator motor of that Note 4. And once you get a replacement part, then you have to go like that, align that replacement part like that. First go through that power on off switch. Okay, that will go like that, and once you are happy with that alignment, push it down, and also then put that vibrator motor in its place. And once all things are aligned, then put all of this flex down. Now the vibrator and the power button is ready to use. Here you can see that there are couple of components. I think I don't know about what is this for. There is a pad here. Again, this is again a flex PCB, and that is a connector for that. Again, that is a flex PCB. Again, that is connector for that. I think that is a main antennas for that Note 4. I think that will okay, that will go here, here, and also from this side. Okay, I don't know about that. That part is also replaceable. As we can see that we can lift that part up. So let's try to lift this up. First try to take out that screw. Okay, as you can see that this part can be separated out from this front LCD and digitizer. For that you have to heat all of this thing. Try to heat that adhesive, and once it is enough heated, then try to insert plastic prying tool and try to lift that up. As you can see that it is now separating. Take very careful attention at that part because there is a capacity button, and also try to lift from this end, and again take very intensive step at that end. Better to insert some, I think better to insert some card here or paper here so that it cannot stitch again, and go very slowly. As you can see that I had made enough space here. Try to lift from this end also. Okay, now the space is enough. Okay, now I had separated. Okay, I am in now putting this card so that this two portion doesn't get stitched again. I can also go from this one side. Okay, now this will not stitch it again. I think there is a strong adhesive below that also. For that, try to insert. As you can see that that is a very strong adhesive. You can see it clearly that now I had put that one here, and again use your hot air gun to try to lose the adhesive. Okay, you can see that it is not easy process. Now as you can see that there is a last adhesive here at the top. Try to separate. As you can see that it is very stitchy adhesive. Now you can see that I had separated that glass digitizer with LCD from that front bezel. Now let's see the front bezel. Here on that front bezel you can see that is a volume rocker button, that is volume down and volume up button, and the connecting pad is here. If your volume rocker is not working, then you have to replace that part. It is very easy. Try to lift first from here and then take out that, and on this side you can see that there is a home button. It has a fingerprint reader inbuilt that. Now if your fingerprint reader is not working, then you have to take out that home button and like that, and also that fingerprint sensor. Okay, that flex is for the fingerprint sensor. Now how to replace that? Just take out the home button, try to lift that flex like that, and also that is a main home button for this Note 4 with that fingerprint sensor. Now keep this aside. Now if you are planning to replace that sub BBA PCB, now it is easy. Just take out that screw and then try to lift that, and then this capacitive button also. Nothing more on that front frame. Let's keep this aside. Now let's see the main LCD of this Note 4. As you can see that flex is for, I think that is for S Pen, and that has two part. One is I think for LCD and another is for digitizer. Both of this thing is connected here. That's mean that is for the touch digitizer and also for the LCD. Now nothing more on this Note 4. Now this completed the tear down of this Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Now I will show you the parts for this Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Now first of all I will put all of this thing in one frame so that you can see all of the stuff. Now I will show you the part list of this Samsung Galaxy Note 4. This Note 4 has a SIM card, micro SD card, that is a main battery, that is a back cover, S pen, back panel, couple of screws, that is 16 back screws, one motherboard screws and one bottom sub PBA screw. That is a rear camera, that is a main motherboard, that is a SIM tray and micro SD card slot, that is a front camera with ambient light sensor, proximity and higher LED, that is metal shields, that is a home button with fingerprint sensor, that is a front LCD with digitizer and glass, and that is a front frame with sub PBA PCB. So this completed the tear down of Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Now I will proceed to the next part of this video, that is the assembly of this Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Now how to assemble this Samsung Galaxy Note 4? For that, first of all you have to assemble the front frame. Now better you can connect the motherboard to the phone. For that you have to first put that ambient light sensor and the proximity sensor into its place like that. Okay, I think first of all you have to place all of this stuff back on the motherboard. This will go this will go like that, and also connect that will clip here. Now it is on the motherboard. Now the next thing is to put that camera. For that you have to go like that. The camera will connect like that. That is from the front part of this motherboard, and then connect this flex cable here. Okay, now it is connected. Now it's time to put that is your micro SD card and SIM card slot, or that is tray on that your Note 4. Align all of these metal shields and this one also. Now it is aligned and perfectly settled on this Note 4. Now it's time to put back this metal shields. This will go, I think that is for that portion. Press it down and also put the back one. I think that is for that one. Press it gently, and this is for the bottom one. This will go like that. Align it and then press it down, and finally this one. Okay, this will go like that. First try to straight it and then align it. Now it is okay. Now it is not aligned, just aligned it, and once you are happy with the alignment, then press it down. Now that is the main motherboard. Now it's time to put that main motherboard back to its place. Before that you have to first align that bottom sub PBA PCB. Just first align that adhesive tape, and then this one, that is the sub PBA PCB, and then connect that flex cable. That will go like here. That it is very difficult to connect that. Now it is connected. Now put the main motherboard down. Now first of all, to put this motherboard down, you have to separate or take apart this ribbon connector, that is for front loudspeaker. Now once the motherboard is completely settled down, then align that front camera and also align that cable. Now it is ready to use. Now better to put that small motherboard screw back to its place so that it cannot be moved apart. Now the motherboard is on the front bezel. Now it's time to connect back this ribbon connectors. Here you can see that it has a 2 mark, that is W for white. The white cable go here and that blue cable go here. Now connect accordingly. White will go here and then press it down, and then blue will go here. Okay, that is blue one. Okay, now that coaxial cables for 2G or 3G antenna is now ready to use. Okay, now it's time to put back that home key button that having a fingerprint sensor also. First put that flex on the front frame, align it, and once you are happy with the alignment, right now it is quite good, then put that home button down. Now make sure that this button is working perfectly before proceeding to the next step. Now you can see that the front frame is ready to use. Now it's time to put back that digitizer and the LCD portion back to its place. For that you have to first connect that ribbon connector. This will go like that. Now the LCD and digitizer is connected. Now connect the S Pen, flex. Okay, now it is connected. Now once you are happy with the alignment and all of the things is perfectly aligned, I think there is some problem with that home button. That's why I will first try to align that. What is that problem? I think there is no problem, but the button is okay. Now once you are happy with the alignment, then push all of the screen down and gently press from all of the side. Now the motherboard and the front frame and the digitizer and the LCD portion is now come together. Now it's time to connect back this ribbon connector that is for fingerprint sensor. Now it is connected. Now the main motherboard is on the front frame and also the digitizer and the LCD portion. Press all of this thing gently down. Now what's next? Now I think it's time to put back that sub PBA screw to its place. Just use your flip screwdriver and put that screw here. Now the sub PBA PCB is ready to work and I think there is nothing remaining. Now put back that back frame. Just align that back frame, and once you are happy with the alignment, press it down from all of the side. Okay, now it is ready to use, and now it's time to put back all of the 16 screws back to the back panel. That is screw number 1. You can skip this process by clicking on the link flashing on screen, else I will fast forward this for you. Okay, now I had put all of the 16 screws back to the back frame. All of the screws are in place. Now it's time to put back the memory card and the SIM card into its place, and then finally this battery and the S Pen. Now put the back cover, press it down. Okay, now try to turn on the phone by pressing and holding this power button for few seconds, and here you can see that the display is working. Now I will show you whether the phone is working or not. As you can see that the touch is responding, and let's see the S Pen also. Okay, it is working. So you can see that it is very easy to tear down this Samsung Galaxy Note 4 as compared to Samsung Galaxy S5, because it is not a waterproof device. That's why I can easily tear down this Samsung Galaxy Note 4 as compared to S5. This completed this tear down parts view and the assembly process of Samsung Galaxy Note 4. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to this video. The subscription link is shown on your screen, and for more videos on this phone and upcoming gadgets and technology, keep watching BCD Tech. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.